Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Angela here, and thank you for coming back to watch another video. I never ever know how to open up my videos. I've done like a kabillion jillion videos and I should know that by now, but I don't. So welcome back to my channel. Follow me on my socials, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. This week I wanted to talk about something that happened to me a couple of weeks ago when I was out on my long run for training to walk my half marathon, and I was like attacked by someone. I put myself in a situation that I kind of knew better about, and thankfully I'm okay, and that's the only thing that matters. But I didn't want anyone else to go through the same problem that I had, because I'm blessed and I came out scot-free. I lost my watch for a couple of days, but like, that's the worst thing that happened to me, and not everyone is that fortunate. We all think that these things will never ever happen to us, but in reality they do. They do happen to us. They happen to people that we know. They happen all the time, and I just want everyone to kind of learn from my mistakes here. I'm not really going to say that they were mistakes, but I could have been a little bit more vigilant. There are some things that I did right and some things that I did wrong, and I just want to share what happened. So basically, when I got out of my car to start my run, I had noticed a gentleman. I didn't think anything of it. I did think of it. I thought that maybe he would like try to go through my car or something, but I didn't think, anything past that point. So I made sure that my car was locked and I went on about my way. I was gone for almost 2 hours. After that moment, I didn't think anything of it. I knew my car was locked. I parked in a public area. I didn't worry anything about it. But on my way back, I was, tired. I was just about finished, like literally like 2/10 of a mile, almost finished with my run, and I ran back behind the grocery store and I saw the guy. In my mind, I was like, hey, that's the same guy that I had seen earlier, but I still didn't think anything of it. I just kept going, and then he started coming at me faster, and then at that point I knew something was wrong. But he had reached me before I was able to get away, and he grabbed me and he asked me for like my watch. I had on my Apple Watch and my Garmin Phoenix, so I had, doubled up. I don't know, I guess he had been watching me, and he grabbed me. Luckily, someone else came by and distracted him while I was able to get away with some of the things that I did. I maced him, and I did a swift kick to a little throat punch, and I was able to get away. But thankfully I was able to do that because someone else had shown up. So that is what happened to me. Like I said, I'm fine. I just want to share the story so that we all think that this won't happen to us, but yes, it actually will happen to you. Okay, so there are just a couple of things that I want to talk about. The first one is be aware of your surroundings. We all go out on these long runs, we don't think anything of it because we're doing it for ourselves. We're being cool, we're being healthy, yes. We're taking care of our body. We just need to be aware of our surroundings and pay attention to where we're gonna go and the people that are around us. So I think the one thing that I did get right was that I noticed the dude before I even started my run, and then I saw him again. Took me a little bit too long to put 2 and 2 together. I did notice him, and it did, give me that gut feeling that something was wrong. So things could have been a whole lot worse if I didn't have that gut feeling. So just pay attention to the people that are around you in the areas that you run. Tip number 2 is to keep your ears open. I usually don't run with music. I haven't run with music in a long time, but since I've been doing a little bit more walking, I've been using headphones, and I know everyone's got their own thing. So some people like to run with music and some people don't. All I'm asking is that you keep your ears open, okay? So that doesn't mean if you have to have music, then by all means use your music, but just like keep one earbud in and one earbud out. I don't recommend running with like the full over the ear things. I think that those are not going to allow you to be aware of your surroundings, because you're not going to be able to hear anything. And just for safety reasons, you know, you want to hear when cars are coming, you want to hear when people are coming, you want to hear someone screaming for help. I don't suggest wearing noise canceling headphones. I know some people do that. They want to get lost in their workout, and that's cool. I think that's fine for in the gym. I don't necessarily think that that is cool for when you're going out into society and you need it. Like I said, I have been using music, and I use aftershocks right here, and these don't go in your ear, they go around your ear. They're bone conducting, so they sit right on the outside of my ear. I don't know if you can see that. They sit right on the outside, and I can still hear everything around me, which is very, very important to me. And in this case, that was something that really helped me, because I heard the guy before I saw the guy. And that was very, very important to me. So I will link these down below if you want to try out some aftershocks. I really like these because you can hear everything around you, and yet still listen to your podcast, listen to your music, and not think anything of it. My third tip is to use a tracking app. I use the Road ID app. It asks you how long you're going to be running, and then it lets you put contacts in, and then you can send them a text message or an email, and they can track you the entire time when you're running. And it has a stationary alert, so if you are stationary longer than 5 minutes, then it will send an alert to these people. And then when you're done with it, with your run, then it will send an alert saying that you're done. It's very safe. It's something that I've always used, and I've only had a couple of problems with it being buggy, but there are other apps that do the same thing. I think that Strava has Beacon in it, which basically does the same thing. And I just think that's important, so that if something does happen, then someone can at least be like, oh, well, this was her last known place, and this is the time that she was there. And it actually has a map, and I think that's very important, and it's free. My tip number 4 is to stick to public areas. I know that we all can't do that, okay? Look, some people can run in fancy parks and all that, and I don't have that where I live. That's why I run a lot of races when I train, because then I can go and be safe on a race course versus running alone. And this is one of the reasons why I don't like to run alone. But I understand that, you know, we all like to run the trails, or we like to run in different places. So even if you can't stick to public places, at least know the problem spots of your run. And maybe that's the time when you choose not to want to stop and take a break, or that's not the time that you want to walk really slow or take your Sunday stroll, or like slow down your pace. That's the time when you kind of want to pick up your pace and go through. And you know, it's kind of hypocritical to sit here and be like, oh, well, this is going to be a problem spot and this won't be a problem spot. But you just have to evaluate where you're going to feel most comfortable and trust your gut. And just really, like, this is why it's important to plan out your route and not just like go willy-nilly on your run. My tip number 5 is to run with friends. And this is something that I never ever do. I never run with friends. You know, ever since having Tiny Tot, it's been hard for me to actually pinpoint a time when I'm going to get up and go run. And even before, I'm not even going to use my child as an excuse. When I was ready to run, I was ready to run. So like, I never ever committed to meeting up with other people to go do my long runs in the morning or anything. The only commitment I ever made was to go to running group. Back in the day, I used to get up like at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and go run and be done before anyone in the house ever woke up. And that's, you know, pretty scary, because I never planned out my routes, and I never told anybody where I was going. I just be like, oh, well, I have to run 15 miles today, and so be it. That's what I did. And that's not very smart, and I don't want anyone else to fall into those footsteps. I just have a couple of other like side notes that I want to add. So I run with this orange mud vest. People may call me extra because I run with this, but I run with a lot of stuff because I am that scary runner girl, okay? So like, I don't have any more mace because I maced my attacker. So I need to go get some more, and I haven't really run outside since then. So I usually just keep like a mace. I used to carry around a pocket knife, but I didn't really think that that would be efficient enough for me to like be able to pull that out. But you know, so like, I run with all this stuff, and then I also keep my phone in this pocket so that it's easily accessible when I'm running. You never ever know what's gonna happen, so you just need to be able to access your phone as quick as you possibly can. And times that's the matter of life and death. And just being able to make that phone call can save your life. That's why I run with this pack, so that I can put everything in there. And it was so easy for me because I had my mace right here in my pocket, and I was able to get the guy in the eyes and kind of, you know, give myself some extra time to get away. Also, invest in some self-defense classes. I took a couple of self-defense classes earlier in the summer because that's when a lot of scary stuff was happening, and I didn't want to be one of those people. Just a few little tips that just helped me. Like I said, I did a little throat punch, and you know, that the mace just allowed me to get away. And like, you just need to know just like some quick things that you can do just to allow yourself to have a little extra time. Like I said, it's a matter of life and death. I don't know what that guy wanted to do to me. I didn't know if he wanted to just rob me or what. So you just kind of have to be mindful of that. And you know, if you want to go out and run, that's great. We all want to take care of our bodies. But if we don't have life, then we're not going to be able to do that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was just watch out for other people while you're running. Like, you know the routes that you usually run. You know the people that you usually see at certain times of the day. You know, watch out for those people. Watch out for the people that you don't know. I actually had seen this guy a couple of other times when I was out running the public trail. And so like immediately, that's why I recognized him when I got out of my car, because he had kind of just been lurking around the trail before, and it kind of like freaked me out when I saw him, because he kind of like followed me a couple of times. And it was, you know, it was like a heads up situation. Like, I knew who this guy was when I saw him when I got out of my car, because I had seen him previously. So just pay attention to the people around you situation, or just to help someone else out. Because if you know that you've seen someone regularly and they're having a problem, or something like this happens to them, maybe you can stop and help them too. And that's, you know, that's the most important thing, because without help that I received, I don't really know if I would have gotten away. We just kind of all need to watch out for each other. That is all for this video. I hope that you don't mind the serious subject matter today, but it's just something that I really wanted to talk about. I haven't really talked about it, and I just think that it's important information to share with everyone. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.